Burn live, y'all. Marijuana keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage smoking off social media. I am killing myself for your entertainment. I'm sitting here with friends and family starting a cannabis station. I appreciate people coming through. I'm going live right now to check out this new camera and this new system. Hopefully everything works out right. I'm not sure. Just a test thing out. I've been having the most hardest time with this doggone camera system. Also, I got the presidential debate tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I've been reading on people's social media pages about how people want to come do podcasts. People want to sit up here and smoke weed and wish they could talk about some things. Well, I went live on my regular profile and on a couple other pages that I normally don't touch just to put this type of video out here for people that want to look for a podcast or even want to practice. Like, listen here, y'all. I'm not super mainstream, but I feel like I am a beginning practice stage for you to come and see if this is what you want to try or do and get into this podcast business. I've been in this podcast business since 2017. I don't know if y'all can see that on my well, I know y'all can't see that on my shirt that well, but I've been doing this podcast thing for 2017. I started off with just wanting to smoke and share weed. Then it was just talking about the different strands that was going on. Then it always changed. It seemed like every 2 years I changed the format of what I want to do until 4 years ago during the last election. Then it was just I made up my mind. I truly knew what I want to do. I truly knew what I wanted to stand for. And I wanted to stand for a conservative side of looking. I also wanted to stand for marijuana potheads because I got a lot of friends and family that still smoke weed to this day who see the same agenda that I see every day live, but I guarantee are afraid. And I'm calling you out for people that claim they want to do this podcast thing. Anybody that come across this feed and be like, man, I can do that. I can sit in front of a camera, smoke some weed, and talk about anything. Sure. Okay. Two thumbs up to you. A lot of people claim they can do this, but I challenge anybody to come onto my show, sit in a chair, or I send you the live link to my show and we can sit up here and we can have a debate, we can have a discussion, we have anything that you feel is necessary to hold a conversation down, and we'll see how long you last because my show lasts an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I have rarely seen people sit here and say that they can last the last or fight the good fight. I know a lot of my peoples, a lot of my friends got stories to tell, has seen brutality of some sort, or maybe not, or been to some destruction. They got some testimony. Let me put it like that. I know my friends on Facebook has been through some type of testimony to where they can come on here and testify what they've been going through. Now, that is what I'm up here and I'm willing to say and I'm willing to put out there. Okay. I'm willing to put that out there. I am eager to hear anybody say less. I'm eager to see anybody sit down for even the 15, 20 minutes in the beginning of this show and say, all right, Michael, I know you for these years and I know things about you that people don't know, which is okay. I know there's people out there that probably see this show and be like, oh man, I could put him on blast and blast. Come and try. I will put people out there to try and see how far you get in this business or in this industry. Now, I do know there are some people that are very attractive that looks better than me that probably get on and have a very high rating. True indeed. There are a lot of women that I follow on Bookface that probably can do this and probably have a better high rating than me. I'm not going to knock that. I'm not going to say that's not true. But what I am going to stand up for myself and say is come on here and really talk about discussions, really talk about things that matter to the people. Let's sit on here and talk about the immigration in the Midwest and Chicago. Let's talk about all the wars that are going on. Let's talk about the mass shooting going on in America. Let's talk about the high rating of abortion that's going on. Let's talk about how Black Lives Matter is sponsored by a man who wants to condone Trump into the Black Lives Matter party. And let's talk about the lawsuit that Black Lives went through, and now it's not run by the same female. We could talk about so many different things on this podcast. We can sit here, or we can go live from camera to camera and have this discussion. I'm putting this out there because I see so many people who claims to can sit here on a show and do this, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry when I say that I truly doubt it. Okay. Now, I barely get an audience. I get more people that watch my show when my show is over. I highly appreciate anybody that take the time out to watch my show. I appreciate it. You know, I do this for free. I don't ask for no attributes. This is basically a hobby to me. I'll go on Facebook. I got a YouTube page. I'm also on Twitter right now. So this is what I do. So basically, I represent cannabis conservative. I am a conservative cannabis smoker that talks about politician and truly things that matters to me that are facing my community.
It's Black Friday and content.
That's what I do. That's what I feel is highly necessary. And a lot of people can always claim that I'm on some bullshit. Now, to claim that I'm on some bullshit and I'm putting this out here on my regular Facebook page, on my profile page, and everywhere that I'm able to share my content out, these are some of the stories that I talk about. Like the mayor crisis that's going on in blah, 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 New York City. Oh my God. Do I got to scoot over towards? Look like I got to scoot over. Okay. Because I'm seeing how it looks on here, but it's not looking like. Oh, well. Oh, well. Check this out and see if this is what.
Comptroller Brad Lander strips Mayor Adams of his emergency powers to approve contracts related to the migrant crisis.
Fox 5's Morgan McKay joins us now in studio. And Morgan, the mayor says that it's going to be hard to give migrants the services that they need.
He did, Steve and Natasha. And Mayor Eric Adams' administration says that they need this capability to act quickly, especially with more migrants arriving every week. Just last week, more than 3,600 migrants arrived here in the city, a spike that we haven't seen in a while.
Now, understand, now listen to me, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. These illegal migrants, because yet again, they don't have citizenship here. They're asylum seekers. They technically from Venezuela, South America, Mexico. Some are coming from Russia, Ukraine. You know, they're coming from all over the world, coming here seeking asylum to want to be free. Now, it's cold outside, and you still got immigrants immigrating over here to these cold ass states. Okay, you still got illegal immigrants coming over here to these cold ass states. It's cold outside, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, go outside and check the temperature and tell me is it cold. Matter of fact,
the comptroller Brad Lander says
you look, it says 42 degrees
what needs
when they
to be
were
done.
doing
It
this
will
story.
just make sure taxpayer money is being spent appropriately.
There's just too many holes in the way that City Hall was using that blanket permission.
New York City Comptroller Brad Lander says that his office has stripped Mayor Eric Adams' emergency powers that allows him to make deals with contractors for migrant services without prior approval. Lander pointed to a series of missteps, saying that the mayor's office failed to report subcontractors in certain cases and at times was late in submitting contracts.
the $432 million .go contract with subcontractors that don't have the appropriate licenses for their security firms, in some cases paying hotels way above what we're paying others, but that blanket approval.
So you're going behind a peeper's back. You're advocating for these illegal immigrants. You're paying people money to do a job that they don't have the capability of doing, but you can't give the regular citizens of New York, the regular citizens of Chicago, the regular citizens of Colorado, because I heard Colorado's going through the same situation too. The proper. So why aren't we going through the proper procedures for this? I'm gonna do it like this because this might look a little better on the screen for you. So why aren't we going through the proper procedures? The proper procedures, huh? Why is it okay? This is why I said the other day that people, mayors, governors, we need to audit the White House. That's why I advocated for auditing the White House. Stuff like
that's
this.
Been letting them do whatever they want is not in the best interest of New Yorkers.
Now, how it worked before this was under the mayor's emergency powers, his administration could make a deal with an outside contractor for things such as laundry services for migrants, or to rent a small to medium-sized hotel to house migrants. After that, the contract would get sent to the comptroller's office for final approval. However, now, with this clawback, this contract will first have to go to Lander's office for approval before the mayor's office can act. The mayor's administration says this is going to cause significant delays.
This is an emergency that
This is somebody else going out their way to audit the man. Look at all these seats for all these illegal immigrants. Understand, out there in New York, Chicago, California, New Mexico, and all these places where cyclone are, there are high cases of the homeless. There are hot cases of the homeless, but yet again, we're prepped. And did y'all see the video yesterday? $16.4 billion that Joe Biden is handing to these illegal immigrants. It's okay. Did y'all see that? Now, I'm showing y'all this because, like I said, the debate's going on tonight. I want to check out this camera. I want to see, do I really have a freeze up problem? I don't have a freeze up problem. Then we're going to go good. We're going to rock this tonight.
We don't know how many migrants Texas is going to send us or whoever else.
More than 3,600 migrants arrived in New York City just last week, and Adams officials worry that this spike in arrivals will only continue to grow. Adams took a jab at Lander, saying that he would have hoped Lander's trip to D.C. a few weeks ago to speak with federal leaders about the migrant crisis would have produced more results.
He went to D.C. 20 months later, and he came back with tying our hands. That's just sort of defies life.
Now, what's crazy is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if y'all know, but the mayor of New York and the mayor of Chicago both claimed in an interview that they were going to go down to the border and check out the crisis, end up sending representatives, pastors, down to the border to check on the crisis. They got a full report back, and they was told how the crisis looked down there. Okay. Now, this mayor right here, Mayor Adams, was going to go. Now, hear me out, y'all. Mayor Adams was actually going to go to Joe Biden and question him and have a conversation with him about the situation that's going on in New York City. And then Joe Biden claimed that he sent his dogs on him. You sent the dogs on him, y'all. On this man right here, on this black man in New York City, sent the dogs on him. Now he is facing crime. He's facing cases. He's facing a bunch of allegations that could send this mayor in jail and put another mayor there in his place. Brandon Johnson of Chicago is being quiet. He's saying that, hey, he appreciate everything that's going on. He has no problem. There's no crisis going on in his city. Okay.
Logic to me. So I'm a little disappointed that when he turned from DC, he didn't come back with any real answers on this is a national problem.
Now, Mayor Adams is also headed to D.C. on Thursday.
Adams will try to go back Thursday. Adams, have you learned yet, Mr. Adams, sir? You haven't learned yet, Mr. Adams, sir. That you try to go to these places where they at. You know how they treat you. You know how they treat you. Are you sure it's safe to go there? Are you want to try this out? I guess so. I guess you would. I wouldn't. If I tried to call out the man, then the man sick the dogs on me. I'm like, you know what, Joe Biden and everything. Oh, good. These immigrants are chilling. These immigrants are chilling. I'm gonna handle my business. I'm gonna get it right to accordingly. But y'all wouldn't understand. Y'all wouldn't get the grasp of that because yet again, my American citizens, people that I notice that I watch my show, they don't see this. All they see is the gas prices are still high, the groceries are still high. And yet again, the people that I talk to, really, really talk to, will still blame all these problems on Trump. They would blame these crises on Trump like it's the way to go, like he is the man to soak up all your problems. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. But then you got a lot of people that's changing their mind, that's changing over. But I want to see my community, my friends and family say, hey, you know what? Trump was right. Trump was better. Now, I have seen a couple of cousins that came out and said it, a couple of cousins. But I got a lot of you families and friends out there. I still got a big, heavy fan base or non-fan base. I'm going to say non-fan base of people out there who still don't care, still think that Trump is racist. Now, you can sit up here and say that this guy is the worst guy of all and we're not going through problems right now and everything is okay. If you have that belief, you have that want, you have that knowledge, okay, that's cool, that's good. But then when people hold up facts and show y'all things, they're like, hey, I don't believe y'all should approve of Joe Biden's administration. I believe it's the right word. If you approve of Joe Biden's administration, I'm just gonna say something is wrong with you. I'm not here to offend nobody or discourage nobody, but I'm here to show facts of things that be going on. I love showing facts. I love showing stories. I love showing the competent of people. Okay, so I showed y'all a little bit.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Going on, Sean. Right, had to show y'all that. Now, also talking to conspiracy theorists, I got a lot of conspiracy friends out there too. I try not to get in that to too much, but I'm just saying that they are out there.
Election. It's shaping up to be a potential. We are less than a year.
All right. So this part right here, I'm gonna get us into just to throw us out, just to throw us into the mix, y'all. Just to throw us into the mix. Y'all know what's going on tonight. The Republican debate is tonight, so I'm getting us ready. I'm getting y'all amped.
You're out now from the 2024 presidential election. It's shaping up to be a potential rematch between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Biden says he's not sure he would be running for re-election if Donald Trump was not also in the race. ABC's Rena Roy reports.
In a closed-door fundraiser, President Biden warning that democracy is more at risk in 2024, telling campaign donors if Trump wasn't running, I'm not sure I'd be running, but we cannot let him win. Reporters asking the president about his remarks, he clarified he still would be running even if Trump dropped out.
Would you be running for president if Trump wasn't running?
I expect so, but look, he is running, and I have to run.
A senior campaign advisor telling ABC that Biden is trying to underscore what's at stake in this election. Trump, appearing on Fox News Tuesday night, asked if he would retaliate against his political opponents if reelected.
You would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border and I want to drill.
That's
drill,
not. That's
drill.
That's not.
No, no.
That's not retribution. I got it.
No. Understand those two things are the biggest crisis that's going on in America that a lot of us conservatives believe in. And I keep hearing this story, and I do not know how to present it to you, ladies and gentlemen, the Marijuana Caucus. I'm learning how to present things to y'all, the Marijuana Caucus. That we look and we think very conservative. Now, I bet you I do have a liberal. I know for a fact I do have a liberal audience. The reason why I know I have a liberal audience because they don't stay in here and smoke weed and let's talk about the realness with me. When they see Trump and Biden pop up, they run. Conservative, real right-wingers, real people, real adults wants to know about the news, want to hear some people's input, may not give zero fucks about what I say, but still want to hear.
I'm going to be, he keeps, I love this guy. He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator.
Biden is facing low approval ratings and a slew of polls showing him neck and neck with Trump, even with the former president facing multiple criminal indictments. And we're learning more about his federal election interference case, a new court filing outlining the evidence special counsel Jack Smith plans to introduce at trial. Appearing, he will directly blame Trump for the violence on January 6th as he tries to make the case that rioters were doing essentially what Trump wanted them to do, and that Trump could have stopped them, but he didn't.
This is my favorite part of when it comes to people that want to talk about Trump. This is it. This is my favorite. This is the headline. This is what they should show. These are the mega Trump supporters going ballistic. This is what Trump supporters do every day, all day, all over America. You see stuff like this from Trump mega supporters. If that was true, I would understand. I would be up here shaking my head at Trump like, damn, come on, man, Trump, dog. I support you, and I'm up here bragging about you to a lot of people. You got me up here. Come on, man. Joe Biden, do you see people putting USA? Man, I'm a man just like anybody else. I'm a black man just like anybody else, and I'm putting the red, white, and blue up in all my belongings. I'm putting the red, white, and blue up in everything that I do. I'm trying to represent America more harder because that guy represent America, especially when you legalize marijuana. Potheads. But y'all don't want to see that. Y'all see this and like he got to go. Y'all don't think about what he did before all of this happened. Y'all don't think about how gas prices was low and you was traveling everywhere with easy for 4 years. You weren't thinking about if you learned. Some of y'all did. Quit playing. I'm not saying nobody's done, but some of y'all learned that Y'all was in a certain tax bracket. Y'all got up, y'all got y'all shit together, got in a brand new tax bracket, and now you was making money and you was getting tax cuts. Oh, yeah. Some of y'all did that. Some of y'all know about that. Y'all may not want to admit it, and that's okay. That's all right. Y'all may not want to admit it, but I'm sitting up here and I'm gonna admit it for you. I'm gonna hold it down for you. But you know what's crazy, y'all? And this is me changing the subject big time. Let me talk about that P. Diddy thing that's going on, that Puff Daddy stuff. Let me talk about that. Let's talk about that Puff Daddy. And I bet you I'm gonna have all eyes up in her. If I put up in, somebody put up in the comments, if I put up in the comments, I was talking about the T.I. situation. I have all people up in her. If I have about big weed and all about weed paraphernalia stuff all on the table and stuff like that, like I used to, and just had weed out, and it was just a big, just go back to the big piehead era in me. Go to that big piehead era in me, bro. Have all viewers up in here. Stop playing. We just be talking. But it just seems like I seem like I'm still hit and I'm still banned from what mainstream media and the right, the left has done to podcasters and people like me that didn't get a chance to blow up, working through the videos, instead of putting video. And I understand my videos ain't some of the best, but I still speak on the truth. I still speak on the real. I'm still trying to get y'all ready for an election. How many marijuana groups that smoke weed is getting you ready for an election? Now, everybody that smoke weed got ready for an election when it comes to legalizing weed, and can't nobody knock that. I think people came out in droves to legalize marijuana. People came out in droves to elect for Obama. People came out in droves for the Million Man March. But when it comes to the smaller situation, when it comes to this grooming in school, and I ask my people, and I'm talking to some people that I know, I got a lot of people that don't know what I'm talking about. I have a lot of people that don't know what I'm talking about. I got a lot of people that sit up here and like, I know about the mass shootings. I know about the shooting that's going on everywhere. I know about the club that got the drinks for the low. How many still go out there and still get the drinks? Y'all still go to the drinks. Y'all know where the club's at. Y'all know where it's popping and all like that. But what really matters to y'all? Let me see. I got 2,300 friends on Facebook. What really, truly matters to y'all? I got 214 or 217 subscribers on Facebook. What really matters to y'all? Blazing. I got groups. I'm broadcasting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different groups. And I promise you, when I go back later on, I'm gonna see a couple of likes and stuff like that. I appreciate everybody that likes the show and stuff like that. Everybody can't watch when I go live. I truly get it. I truly understand. I'm not knocking nobody. But my question to y'all, what really matters? What is our real issue. And then once we just find out what's our real issue, what is our real solution? The number one problem most people want to say, I don't know. I would say is like the poor community, the drug abuse, the drug awareness, the fentanyl everywhere. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest with you when I say this. Ladies and gentlemen, be honest when I say this. Fentanyl had a boost in revenue here in America when Trump first got into office. I looked this up. Okay. But the abuse of it has really took way in the last 4 years. We're talking about a drug that is used for when you're going under a knife of a doctor. He's going to give you fentanyl so you can sleep, rest better, so you don't feel the pain while he's cutting and operating on you. Yeah, I looked it up. Back in the day when people was taking dipsticks and bombing fluid, stuff they help put down horses and animals. Sorry, I'm stuttering. It just amazes me that we sit up here and we would do this to ourselves and think that it's all right. We have no problems with this factor or with this taking place with us. No, it's not a problem. I get it, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. A lot of people, and I say a lot of people, and I'm always going to spread out a lot of people because, there are some things there aren't statistics for. But, a lot of people are just going to say, you know what? If I don't see it, it doesn't bother me. It's not part of me. Why should I care? I have people come to me and say, man, that's why I don't watch the news. But then you blind. You never know if they're going to attack us, if another country is going to attack us. You don't care about your freedom of speech because if you don't care, you like the government's going to do it anyway. Okay. The government's going to do it anyway. Why is we going to sit up here where we want less government action in our lives? Because you'll say it and I say it. We'll sit up here and say it every day, all day. We want less government action in our lives. This is what we want. We don't want the government bothering us. We should be bothering the government to do what we pay them to do. Oh, okay. But then everybody would sit up and you have one of these big old group meetings with a bunch of different people. And you know what everybody has in common that they agree on? That there's these three major groups of family that runs the world. They help dictate what's going on. Like we can't stand up and fight for our own rights in our own town, states, cities, and areas and communities. If this is not what we stand up for, if this is not what we fight for, is this not what we go to work for? If this is not what we build for our future. So I want to ask people that watch my show, what are we building for your kids? Or was our kids made because we were just having sex? But okay, we got them. They're here. We can't think about all that in the past. So what is the function for us? How can we feng shui? Does it not ever take a time out to understand that we have to prepare for the future for our kids? We have to look at the mistakes that were made in the past and try to prepare for the future, and not only just by doing it by the teachers, because that's how it's looked at. That's how it's looked at. It's looked at the only people that are doing the hard work for the kids, for the future, are the students, are the teachers. Parents are not doing nothing for kids. You're not raising your kids. The teachers are. And then I seen this one video of this one black guy. I had to bring up race. I'm sorry. But I seen this video of this one black guy. He says, I'm not finna help a teacher do their job. But you can question why your kids come home talking about things that you don't agree upon. Your kids shouldn't have homework. I want to say I don't disagree, but if you don't have homework, how are you going to know what your kids are learning in school? I understand. And I did it. You want to say this? You want to say I'm trying to spend more time with my kids and do fun activity with the kids, and I want to hang out with the kids. I want to chill with my kids. I don't want to be relearning some homework stuff that I should have learned a long time ago and try to relearn it with my kids while my kids are struggling in school. No. But yet again, you can't say that your kids hasn't brought you home a piece of paper that you was looking at and was like, You can't say that your kid brought up a subject that you was like, I didn't know that was really talked about. I heard rumors. And I'm going to just say this. I'm going to put this out here. I want to look dead at the microphone when I say this. Just like looking at the camera. But for all of y'all that 100% be on TikTok, y'all know exactly what I am talking about. And I think that's another case right there in itself. For y'all that watch TikTok and be on TikTok and just y'all know. Y'all seen the video. Y'all seen the teacher in school that said there's no American flag. Oh, okay, y'all can't see my American flag. Y'all know y'all seen the teacher that said there's no American flag. Yeah. I know y'all seen that video. So my generational teachers, parents, friends, family, potheads, marijuana community, conservative, are you trying to tell me, are we just gonna sit up here and I'm just, as y'all see, just venting, just ranting? Are y'all gonna sit up here and tell me that y'all are okay with teachers teaching our kids that it's okay to have 101 Dalmatian of genders? It's okay to be Cruella de Vil up in here and have 101 Dalmatian of genders? Is that 2 thumbs up, huh? It's okay. All right. So it's okay. Y'all okay with that vibe? Y'all okay with that adolescent? Y'all okay with y'all kids understanding that teaching is not American, is not a Christian teaching. I really want to speak to my black people on my Facebook page, but I know they don't watch my shows. I know y'all don't. They too scared, they too busy. They too afraid to sit up here and call me out on the bullshit that I talk about. My family members are those ones, but my family members are too afraid to sit up here and call me out on the bullshit that I talk about on my podcast. I guarantee somebody watching it, and if they sat up here and watched up to this far, be like, man, there's so much stuff I disagree with. He be talking a bunch of bull crap. But I have yet to see, I only seen like maybe one person try to call me out, but they private messaged me on Instagram on the BS, but they was talking about the war. Yet again, most people that call me out would talk about something that I rarely got myself into a deep conversation. And that's the Israel-Hamas war. I have rarely spoke and said anything about that because yet again, I don't really know too much and I only know a little bit of history. So therefore, I can't really speak upon it. It's not really my place, my subject, my area to speak upon something I don't have no knowledge of. Yes, I would show videos and I would show a little bit of the news of it because yes, I still think it's still important. It's important. But yet again, grooming kids, having an unofficiated border, gas prices high, food costs high, mass shootings everywhere. Notice I have no paper. No, nothing. So I'm really coming to y'all just off my mind, off the things that I see. Now, I can go to videos and show y'all, like, yes, this is true. This really goes down. It really is a virtual signal of this constantly happening. But yet again, I'm going to go back to what I said about Trump. Y'all don't like Trump. Y'all said everything that was going to happen during the Biden administration. A lot of people have said this. Quit playing with me. Everything that happened during the Biden administration was supposed to happen during the Trump administration. All the wars, the Russia wars, the spies, and all of that. That was supposed to take place. You know. We was giving up all this bad news and we were starting all the division. No. You got a young candidate, Vivi Ramaswamy. I think I'm saying his name right now. I've been saying his name so much. Is a young candidate that done came up on the debate stage. Let me say this correctly. Came up on the debate stage as mainstream media about the host of the Russia collusion between Trump and Russia. Was that made up or is that real? Hillary Clinton to this day would still admit and still would say that she got her election robbed from her. She still would say that to this day. Now, right now, I'm just looking at a couple of highlighted videos that I'm like, man, should I sit up here and share these videos with you guys? Or y'all really gonna see these videos for what they are and how they truly are presenting themselves? Or y'all still gonna think that I'm on some BS and I'm just playing around? Cause I'm looking at Trump. No, I already did the Trump one with you guys. Actually, it's just a Trump interview. But it's a police shooting at UNLV. It's a high school shooting. This all seems like it's today. These are today. These are two stories today. Police shooting at the college, and there was a high school shooting in New York City. But y'all don't want to hear about this, but I guess y'all hearing about it on TikTok. On Talk of the Tick. It's an immigrant crisis in Chicago. Come on, man. Russia is sitting down with the Middle East. CNN is doing a coverage of that. Ooh. Dude showed me a video of a guy in Africa, a young guy, a young president. I think they say he's 38 years old that actually sat down with Russia too, and they've been doing some things. But this one right here, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and show this.
This is a Morgan and Morgan.
And the only reason I'm showing this one out of all of them because, yet again, I don't think that y'all really see stories like this as much as I think so. So I'm definitely gonna show this story off to y'all. I understand, y'all. I will be going live during the president debate for the Republicans tonight.
Over past his limousine
live
route and a
streaming
full
that.
military
Yes, sir.
salute. For more on this, let's bring in
Yes, sir.
CNN's Frederick Pleitgen in Berlin. Look, it is not unusual this week or this past week to see foreign dignitaries and leaders of countries coming into the UAE. Of course, it is hosting the COP28 meeting in Dubai at present. So what more, though, do we know about Mr. Putin's visit to the UAE and the wider region? And what is he trying to achieve?
Well, I think it's several things, Becky, and I think that this visit, as we've just seen there on that video that you were just playing, is extremely important to the UAE and, of course, later to Saudi Arabia, but very important to Vladimir Putin as well. And I think some of the images that we've seen, especially with that flyover, with that salute, but also with the escort that Vladimir Putin got.
Man, let's keep it like, okay, before he keep going off and blabber on some stuff, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. This is showing that Putin got clout. Y'all heard of hood moment. This is a hood strike moment. Man, this is a world domination moment. This is still showing people don't understand that Putin has people that run him. He has to show them people that he still have power. He still have dictatorship. He still can go to these other foreign countries and talk with these other leaders and handle business. That's what he is showing. Quit playing with the common people and just keep it real. This is what he's showing. He's showing you right now during a war, he can take a trip and try to go get funds and resources and handle business for his side, for his people. Just like Ukraine was taking trips to America, asking Joe Biden for money. Just like Joe Biden took a trip to Ukraine during the war. And I was thinking to myself, and it's weird that y'all would announce that the president of the United States of America is fin to take a trip before he took the trip. I don't care if he was already in the air, period, point blank. I don't care how you put it. You still put it out there on national television for anybody to intercept and try to plot and plan on that. I'm really starting to think and wake up to this, but I just don't know where to go. And I'm confused, and I'm just as lost, just as like anybody else when it comes to this. But what really been waking me up is when you go to some old conspiracy theory videos that I've been watching lately, when it goes to the moon landing, or when it goes to how technology work and the sun and the moon and certain things. It's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. But what weirds me out, what I cannot get a full grasp on, is how can you announce when people make moves when they have so much power? And I understand when you're a power, you're like, I want the world to know that I'm moving. Okay. What do you think your enemies think about that? So we don't have enemies, or we have fake enemies? Are we pretending like war is not real? Or are we pretending like what? Like, fill in the blanks for me. Fill in the blanks for me. But if y'all understand it, y'all get it, y'all grasp it, and y'all truly with it, I'm truly for it. I am truly for it. I'm just saying, some of this stuff right here, Putin.
I think it is showing how important this visit is also to the UAE and the message that the UAE and Saudi Arabia are trying to send to the United States and also to the rest of the world, saying that, look, they are America's allies. They're very important allies for the United States in the Middle East, but they also want to continue working and having pragmatic relations with the Russian Federation and with Vladimir Putin. I did see some of the opening remarks in that meeting with the.
So is he trying to tell us that this is a slap in the face? Like, okay, I'm allies with America, but I'm gonna deal with Russia, and Russia, like, you know what? I'm gonna have a meeting with these motherfuckers. Even though, you know, I know they don't fuck with me, but they gonna have to fuck with me because I got this deal. I got this oil. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, these people right here that's sitting in this chair that we are watching has a high value of oil that we buy from so-called in here in America. That's what they tell us. That's what the numbers be putting up. That's what they try to present to us. Okay. So if this man is trying to tell us that this is a slap in the face to America, then I'll be like, we need to do something.
Where the UAE president
We need to do something.
Said that
Don't
UAE
sit up here and
Russia's
tell me
most
that
important
this is a
trading
slap in the
partner
face.
in the Middle East. Vladimir Putin, as you've noted, himself then saying that the relations between the UAE and Russia are at an all-time high. Now, of course, all this comes as the United States and its European allies have been trying to isolate Russia on an international stage. And that's certainly something where the message that I think we're seeing from Vladimir Putin today, which is one that the Russians have been sending for quite some time now, is that Russia will not be isolated internationally. Russia is too big to be isolated internationally.
I'm not gonna say Russia's too big, but I do understand when it comes to y'all military powers and which y'all so-called have in the background, y'all are a pretty big oddity. Y'all are a pretty big structure of people that's doing what y'all need to do. Okay, I get that. I totally understand. I'm not knocking none of that. All right, I'm not. But it's hard to. We got to sit up here and think about the slap in the face, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to be slapped in the face? No, I don't want to be slapped in the face, and you don't want to be slapped in the face and telling me that this is too big to be true. So you mean trying to tell me that Ukraine should have been trying to knock down that plane? I'm not saying that. I'm just asking, is that what he's trying to put out there? That Putin is trying to say, like, look, we too big for anybody to slow us down and making moves and moving forward and progress. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a whole army, baby. Okay.
And Russia is certainly too important in player especially in the hydrocarbon sector, to be isolated in the Middle East. So definitely a very important meeting. And I think some of the things that they are going to be talking about, because of course there is also a very important official agenda as well, they are also quite telling. One of the things, of course, the Israel-Hamas war, where Vladimir Putin has sort of been trying to style himself as, on the one hand, being on the side of the Palestinians, of course, repeatedly calling for a Palestinian state, but still also wanting to be a mediator. Of course, he is a very important player in Israel also, with such a large chunk of the Israeli population having Russian roots. So certainly Vladimir Putin trying to style himself that way, trying to inject himself into politics in the Middle East, and at the same time, of course, remaining an extremely important economic player as well, Becky.
Fascinating. Thanks. Fred Pleitgen on the story.
I ain't even finna play with nobody. I ain't even finna keep that story up there like that. I'm just letting people know that, look, hey. I hear people telling me, hey, the news is not important. Who cares? Okay, just trying to show y'all a list. Just try to show y'all a little bit of what people be on. Just some things what people be on. Just sometimes what people
Roofers
be
are
on.
furious about this new.
We don't think people be on some whatever. Oh, we do got people on stuff like this too. Hold on. I do got people on stuff like this too. I'm gonna have to turn down these lights. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Turn down that light. Okay. But hear this out. I just want y'all to hear this.
Donald Trump just said live on air during a Fox News town hall that he plans to be a dictator on day one of his presidency. He's going to be a dictator, not for the border, but for himself, so he can hold on to power for the rest of his life, go after people that he doesn't like. And
now, y'all seen the video earlier. We talked about this earlier. And y'all hearing what this kid is saying.
More. Like, folks, I hope the overwhelming majority of Americans can agree that American citizens should not be voting for someone who claims openly that they're going to be a dictator, regardless of the reason. Donald Trump is completely against American ideals. He's completely against what we stand for here. And I hope that even the people who are Republicans can see him saying, I'm going to be a dictator, and say, yeah, that's not for this country. We don't do that here.
We seen the video. We seen the news coverage of him already talking about that. That's crazy that they were already pick on him. That's crazy. And do I even? Yes, I do. I think I do. I think I do. Y'all know these stories that we go through every day, all day, boy. I go through these stories every day, all day. But you know what? I'm going to just show this off just real quick. Because y'all know I love these.
I bet you gonna get some money back. I promise.
The legal definition of assault is putting someone in fear or apprehension of bodily injury. Since this kid was so afraid that he turned into an opossum, the pranksters could be charged with assault.
I bet you gonna get some money.
Did you hear the lawyer?
Back. I promise.
The legal definition of assault is putting someone in fear or apprehension of bodily injury. Since this kid was so afraid that he turned into an opossum, the pranksters could be charged with assault.
I bet you gonna get some money back.
Y'all wouldn't even thought no stuff like that, would you? You wouldn't have thought no stuff like that at all. Come on, man.
You're that guy that people always bring up, right? But just do everything, sing, dance, perform, just everything. But now you're getting people where they say, man, Chris is better than. You know what I'm saying?
That's
How
cap.
do you take that?
That's cap.
I'm glad you said that.
That is
And the
cap.
reason-
My personal take on it is like I wouldn't even be breathing or even being able to sing a song if that man didn't exist. I don't know if they look at it as the Jordan Kobe thing, but I don't. There is no competing with him. You know what I'm saying?
Is it
It's
crazy?
No, hell no. I got shrines and this shit in here of this man hanging up in my house. Hell no. I'm happy that they can say that. I'm thankful in any regards. I'm just gonna keep shaking my legs till I can.
That is probably one of a good conversations to have with people. But yet again, when we get older, probably in our 60s and dead and gone in the next generation, they're going to have that conversation about who's the best between Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. I'm not finna sit up here and pick and choose or say what I'm just not, but I just wanted to play that. I think that's a cool video. I think that's something that was cool to share with y'all. You know?
You're that guy.
I thought that was cool. Hey. Who, you know what I'm saying? The best singers, the best. Everybody got their own opinion about best basketball players and people. I done seen people damn near get into fights about best basketball players and best this and best that and who's the besties and who's the Westies and Hold
how's
on.
Stephen A. as an uncle? Be
Good.
honest.
Scary.
Oh. All right. You know what? Let's end it on that. No, you would say he's good, but he's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. He's kind of moody, right? Like sometimes he's nice and then sometimes he's in a bad mood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Jace, it's really nice to meet you. Jace, how's Stephen A. as an uncle?
I remember one practice, Matt shoots a brick. Coach telling Matt, don't you ever shoot the ball again. Am I lying? No, it's Mo Cheeks. Fuck Mo Cheeks. And we was like, no, that ain't cool, man. Like, everybody on this team, we work hard. Like, you shoot it. So to make a long story short, Matt get traded. You know what I mean? Matt get traded. I forgot who you were
No,
with.
with the Golden State.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember the Golden State
And
first game we played in Golden
And
State?
we cheering for you on the side. I'm
Remember?
cheering for him. Like, don't shoot it, Matt. Walk up three.
Yeah.
Don't shoot it, Matt. Walk up.
Mo Cheeks was talking shit the whole game, and I ended up hitting for like 28. I hit like 6 or 7 threes, and it was so vindicating because of that situation. Like, this dude told me in practice, and I was wide open. I just missed the shot, and I literally had hired his shooting coach because I.
Now, I'm going to say this. Without podcasts like this,
Wasn't
without
close. I wasn't-
stories like this, it's hard for people to really get definite into the NBA. This right here would bring back sports, especially in the NBA, for people who like me. I done fell out of the NBA because too much of it rigged and all the super teams they was got to put together. There was no real good competition and nothing like that. It was just, I don't know, it was just boring. You know, the All-Star game wasn't what it used to be back in when I was a kid and you wanted to watch the All-Star game. So I think hearing stories about the actual, I hate to say it, the confrontation that was going in through teams and
Type of motherfucker that's complaining.
is a way to bring back the sports back in the entertainment. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people or the NBA should really look into this, which I already know they have. That's why you starting to see a lot of these sports guys team up with sports guys and get on these podcasts and start talking. But yeah, I think this is the way to bring this back.
When Lazarus Island exploded, a bunch of new heroes were created. Bloodwind, or Raphael Ar.
I'm a personal fan of Trump. I think he did a lot of good stuff for this country, and he pardoned Kodak Black.
That is right. Trump did a lot of great stuff for this country, and he pardoned Kodak Black. Take it, liberals.
I'm a personal fan of Trump. I think he did a lot of good stuff for this country. And he pardoned Kodak Black.
That is right.
Bruce. Yeah. The bat.
What the hell?
Bruh.
Who's that? What she said? What? What are you doing in my yard? Who's the owner's house, see? Get home, let me speak to the owner. You are trespassing. I'm nobody, nigga. Trespass fucking this dick. Who's the owner's house, nigga? Yeah, call 911. Okay. Yeah, do that. You made it easy. I'm gonna fuck the cop. You made it easy for me, bitch. West side.
Bruh. Bruh.
I'm gonna call the cops. Shut up, bitch. What's up, nigga? You already know what it is.
Bruh.
Police, I have a trespasser in my backyard. Trespassing my business, bitch. Trespassing in my backyard against she's arrogant. Stop doing drugs, bitch. Stop doing drugs. She's on drugs.
That's why you need a door camera, bro. What is going on? You would trespass, you would do the wrong thing, and I guess I don't have no room to talk, but yet again, whatever. I don't trespass on people's backyards like this, knock on their door, hit on their machines. This is crazy.
Do you have any weapons in there or anything on you? I'm not going to answer any questions. Do y'all have video cameras here? I don't have one. Yes, sir, I do, and it is being recorded. Okay. Do you have a badge number? Badge number 4. Badge number 52, Detective Russell. And your name's Detective Russell? Yes, sir. Okay. And so y'all aren't suspecting me of a crime at this point, right? Do you have any weapons in there or anything on you? I'm not going to answer any questions. Do y'all have video cameras here?
Boy, without cameras, ain't no telling what be going on in America. Ain't no telling statistics was wrong or right or right or wrong.
Once upon a time, there was a kid who had a dream. He just wanted back.
This snake is already dead. It just doesn't know it.
I'm sorry to ruin your day if you like snakes, but this right here is not normal behavior. This clip has been going pretty viral lately. It was recorded in Thailand this year, and it shows a wolf snake sitting in kind of like a circular formation, flipping over and over. Now, this video is pretty cool to watch. It's kind of like a snake strobe light show. However, it's really not good news for the snake. The snake that we're looking at here in this video is known as a wolf snake, and this is really not normal behavior for wolf snakes or any other snake for that matter. Many people in the comments were theorizing that this snake was doing this in order to cool down. However, snake experts would disagree. Based on my research and what many snake experts are saying about this video, it appears that this snake has some sort of issue, whether it be cognitive or just an overall health issue. Going further, this could be some sort of disease that impacts muscle function like IBM in snakes.
This snake is already dead. It just doesn't know it.
I sure thought maybe he got bit by another snake and got poisoned or something. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was on my mind. That's what I was thinking. I'm not trying to say I'm an expert, but that's what had jumped into my ideology. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna come on here. I just want to check on this camera and see how this works. Looks like I got a lot to do. I appreciate it. I will be live streaming for the debate tonight. Until then, I will see you guys later on tonight. Peace.